Hey folks, my name is Charlie Wynott and I run the show.
All right, Charlie.
I want to thank you all for being here. This is very important to me. It's been a lot of work. This is all about patients. First and foremost, this is a selfish thing for me. I am an AIDS patient of 24 years. Unfortunately, my doctor was unable to be here this morning. He was scheduled to be one of our speakers, and I'm sorry for, I'll apologize for him. But anyway, thank you all for being here. We're about ready to start the show. If you haven't seen the lineup, there is a program out front. I just wanted to say that we are a nonprofit, the only 501c3 in the state of Maine, registered on the with the IRS as a 501c3. I think that's pretty good. We've been together since '94, and we've got a lot of people here that know a lot more than I do, and I'm going to stand aside and let them do their thing. Thank you.
Come on, folks. Let's really hear it for Charlie Wynott, who put this thing on. Come on, let's hear it for Charlie. All right. Guy put in a lot of work for this wonderful gathering of people. My name's Dave Wilkinson, and at a meeting in Falmouth recently, I said something that kind of seemed to resonate with a few people, so I'm going to start out that way. I said, let us heal together as we make history together. And that is what is happening today. And I just want to give a little bit of perspective on the history that we're living through today, because I've seen just a tiny bit of it. I remember the first time back in 1967 when the son of a famous television personality came to Brunswick and first introduced me to this strange and wonderful herb. And that was a long time ago. And then we saw a young state legislature by the name of Jock McKernan, fresh out of Dartmouth College, and he made headlines saying he was going to demythologize marijuana in 1973. And in 1977, yes, we did have decriminalization. We had one of the early states to decriminalize, and why was that? Because along with this history came 10,000 people into the state of Maine, one of the largest state-to-state migrations in American history, in which we gained a population of 10,000, the greatest population increase in Maine since the Civil War, and that creates a different climate in this place than it is anywhere else on the East Coast, anywhere else east on the Mississippi maybe. And then came the 80s, and there was major setbacks, and we all know we're just kind of in the recovery phase from those setbacks when we had the hate, the prejudice, the ignorance of a phrase called just say right, close the mind, and we're still living under that. But in 1992, something happened in Maine that has never happened anywhere else in the world, and that remains true to this day. A vote was officially recorded legally to fully legalize the growth, the cultivation, and possession of up to 2 pounds of cannabis. There has never been a town, a city, a state, a county, an entity, anywhere in the world in history, as far as I know, if anybody knows of one, let me know, that actually fully legalizes cannabis. It hasn't happened anywhere but Maine. Small, but true. Now, Diane Russell has a bill in the legislature to do the same thing for the whole state of Maine, or something very close to it. You are looking at the author of that ordinance. I'm also the author of a book called Witchgrass, because being the author of that ordinance changed my life. And when we talk, I just came up with a new phrase, Alysia heard it: stigma, stereotypes, and Stalinism. That's what's in store for the person who stands up and says, I believe in this. Especially back in '92 when there hadn't even been any medical legalized. So this book comes out of that struggle, and I really hope you will read it because it's a story of all of us. It's a social narrative. And at the heart of this story is a young girl in the DARE program who turns her parents in for growing what we are now doing legally. What we are now doing legally at that time And this story, among others, is at the heart. Well, just recently in Oklahoma, a 55-year-old man committed suicide under the same circumstances. His son, thinking he was doing good, and I pray for that son's soul, and when he found out, he had 20 plants in Oklahoma, and he went out and shot himself with a .22 because of the shame, because of the fear. This is the American witch hunt. We're over our homophobia, we're over our racism, but we are not over this institutionalized prejudice and hate. And we have medical patients, and I am one. I have prostate cancer. I am also a patient. And there's a story to tell there too. But the main point is we need a new narrative. We need a new story. We need to tell each other, and we in Maine are the leaders. We need to stick together. We're making history. It is so beautiful here. I love you all. Thank you.